and see what happens, I guess. That's all set up. Link to YouTube gaming. Yeah, that should all be fine. Ooh, Creator Studios getting a makeover. Excellent. Reimagine dashboard. Maybe it will actually link properly when you hit go live, sort of taking you to the camera. Okay. And hello everyone. I'm apparently live. I decided to drop all the this is a bitrate test because it clearly wasn't. It was just me poking around with things and seeing what worked, and I think I've kind of got something that works some of the time, so let's go with that. Apparently I've got controls conflict. I don't know what with. It's been a while since I've ooh, glasses slot. I don't know what glasses slot is. And suit slot. Well, can I put that onto what, 6? Confirm. And that should get rid of the conflict. Yeah. Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Panic at the Stream. I'm going to be playing some Stationeers today, and I'm going to be starting a new game in Europa. You may not have seen this game before. It's kind of been hovering around on my channel and in the world in general. It's kind of like what Space Engineers could have been. Ooh, God. Things are, yes. First time there's a lot to learn at once. Yep. Okay, so they've got that. But, okay. Oh, God. All kinds of new things. Lots of new things. Okay, so we've got portable hydroponics. We've got construction supplies, organic supplies. Okay, so basically we have spawned in a world. We are dying at this point of a million different things. We've got oxygen to worry about, we've got food to worry about, except I've turned food off, I suspect, if it is the same as always. Advanced audio, no. MISC? Gameplay. Yes, food is off, yeah. Food is off, but because I've always found food to be a little bit dodgy when it comes to early access games. But anyway, I'll still be growing some food and probably doing some of that at some point. But anyway, it's very cold. There's no real oxygen. Our oxygen is going down. If we breathe the atmosphere, we probably could, but our lungs would freeze because it's so cold. So we need a base. So if we go into construction supplies, we get hit in the face by. Okay, and I'm now dying. Oh God, it's. Yeah, it's, let me just patch my stuff because I got hit in the face by that thing. Right, let's take the iron frames and let's get started with building something in order for us to survive in. So, let's start off with an iron frame here. Oh, things have changed. Things are a little bit smoother. I just need to rig up a basic inside. So yeah, this is a survival game. It's about as true space survival as you can get. That should do. Let's just go up there. And by true space survival, I don't mean that it's like particularly accurate or anything. As you can see, I'm placing things floating in midair, but more like you've got to worry about pressures and food and all that sort of thing that you would normally have to deal with in a survival game. Right, let's just stick that in there. I'm going quite quickly because obviously I think we all know that I am probably going to explode at some point. So let's at least make sure we've got a structure up before we, combust. Now, there's an awful lot to. I've played this quite a bit before, but it's changed. I've not played it for a little while. This is my first time playing it in a good few months actually. Just because there's been other stuff to play really. But I got a hankering for it, so it'll be interesting to see what's been added. Right, so that goes in there like that. That's our iron walls. So we've got a front door, we've got some iron walls, Okay, right, let's get rid of those. Let's grab the iron plates. Iron sheets, sorry. And let's also grab our welding torch. So the way that this works is that frames you have to weld on. You press O to turn on your welding torch, and then you can construct an iron frame. And then, I might need to put my jetpack on for this, so I can just get inside. So iron frames up to sort of second stage, I guess. So first stage is you just placing down the block, and then you can put things on top of that block if you wanted to. But you want to if you get it up to this stage, air will still pass through, but you can walk on it, and you can then set up your base on top of it. Air will not pass through walls, even if they're just like this. So I'm just going to construct all these walls. There's a little bit of performance hit, but not too huge. Certainly nowhere near what we were seeing in Fallout 76. And the game is an awful lot more complicated under the hood. You'll notice that the graphics are quite simplistic. This is a deliberate thing by the developers, on the basis that if they don't have to worry too much about, you know, the looks of it, then they can spend more time in sort of the background nature of the game. And so the game looks very simplistic. But when you sort of start looking under the hood, you'll notice that the game's an awful lot more complicated than that. I'll take the sheets and get the last of those in. Oh yeah. So the game handles air, and in very, very complicated way. So it does pressurization, heat, it does pressurization, heat, and air mixes as well. And already I am running out of power in my suit. That's bad. That's because it's very cold, and so the battery that I've got is losing power faster than I'm actually... Yeah. So I am going to have to get a nice sealed environment as quickly as I possibly can, and then heat it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have enough plates to do that yet. So, right. We'll get that in. Now, I should note that obviously when things depressurize, bad things are going to happen in your base. So, yeah. It's probably best not to let your base suddenly depressurize. However, that's probably easier said than done. Right, let's build a solid... How is it? Delete. So we want that to be there and out, yeah, like that. And then we can get our furnace up about there, so we can get behind it. I'll grab... What I can do, actually, is just grab this entire thing and just move it up next to the base, which is probably a good idea at this point. Oh, great. And we can close that, and I'll also go and grab this one. There's also an oxygen tank over there, which we'll need. But right now, I just need to get construction components in, so I can go and have a quick look around to see if I can find some coal. Right, okay, so we've got a battery in there. We've got the auto lathe. I need to grab that. I need to grab that. So the auto lathe is going to give us the ability to craft things, except I need iron sheets to... Okay, that's new. I didn't realise that was the thing. So let's put our power control just down the back here. Yeah, so that's fine. I can just throw things on the floor, nothing will despawn, it's not Minecraft. Right, so that's all, that just needs to be wired up. So we can construct that. Oh! Okay. This is a little bit more complicated than I remember. Welding torch and 2 plastic sheets. Well, I had some plastic sheets in... Oh god, why am I cold? Oh, the helmet's not closed. No, it is closed. What? Somehow I knocked... Ooh, this could be... No. No, that's not... What? I have no idea how I died there. At all. No, I don't know, because the helmet was... Maybe I might have knocked eye. That happens a lot. Sort of knock eye and then end up opening your suit without necessarily realising it. That might have been what happened there, but oh well. Oh god, this is actually really a lot more complicated than right. Okay, we've now got an intact thing. Right. Okay. Well, he died, and I think what I can do is I can grab his left foot, and then I can kind of see inside him. Oh, what? I got hit in the face by me. I might want to just restart this at this rate. There's a few too many bugs. Right, I'm gonna leave this session. I'm just gonna start over. Might actually start on the moon. Let's go to the moon. The moon's easy. Basically easy, medium, hard. Europa's the hardest. Evidently there's some bugs. Re-watching that. Right. Okay, yes, I know all of this. What is it? Hold tab. Right. Okay. Let's start this over, and this time we are on the moon, which should be an awful lot easier. We've only got to really worry about oxygen. Yeah. I think heat is a thing as well, but we should be a little bit less desperate. So let's build a just basic sort of thing. Doors, and are those airlock doors? No, they're just standard doors. Okay, we get a... That's changed. Where are the airlock doors? Do we not get airlock doors anymore? Huh, that's interesting. We used to get a couple of airlock doors, but evidently that's changed. So we just get a couple of doors now. Bog standard. No, wait. It's like kit airlock. No. Oh, we get the all the bits to make the airlock, but we don't actually get the doors. Oh well. Well, let's build a glass door. ×2. Let's put it in there. And active vents, all that sort of stuff I don't need. Okay. here we should have iron walls. Let's get these iron walls in. Now you may be thinking, but you're not, you know, you're not going to be able to get in. It's not a problem because the game has sort of vaguely thought of that, and the way that you get in if you don't have power is you just use a crowbar on an unpowered door. So that's not a problem. We'll just quickly build these walls. I'll probably do a bit of a stream series of this. It doesn't seem to be particularly bad on the bits, as it were. So can expect to see some more of this. I expect at some point. Just kind of got to work out what days I can actually stream on, because overtime is a thing in my job. So, oh god, where is all the iron sheets? And let's get this. Right. Frame. Let's weld that completely. Weld that completely and weld that completely. Let's get these doors open. Can get these welded. I do think this is a very good take on a kind of overdone genre. Something that you find quite a lot with sort of these space survivals is something that's, it kind of does the space but it doesn't really do the survival. This kind of takes those aspects and amps it up. It's a game that's a little bit more about things like your electrical engineering rather than necessarily space engineering, but it does it in a really good way. It's more electrical than mechanical, I'd say. Iron frames, and this time I should actually be able to pull things in through that door and just have them inside. Forgot about those. And you know, it's strange, you know, playing this and it running at a reasonable frame rate after the games that I've been playing, and it's just been stuttering all over the place. Right, let's get our arc furnace solid generator in. And put that there and put that there, I guess. I'd quite like to just sort of get all these bits and pieces in vaguely, and then I can just drag one of these containers in. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got sensor, a console kit. So console kit can go in there. Gas sensor can go in there. So all this stuff is basically basic airlock type stuff. So when it's complete, the airlock will stop air from escaping out of the container, I guess you can call it. But right now it's not going to be particularly fully functional because there's an awful lot of bits and pieces to put in. It's more just getting it all out so that I know where it is, rather than it being just in a chest somewhere. So that's an active vent that can go that way around. Circuit board, airlock. Quickly slip that into there. And there should be some glass sheets. Iron sheets. Oh, do I not get glass? Oh no, there we go. There's some glass sheets. Just stick that into there. Job done. Power controllers and battery charger. Right, I need a power controller to be here, basically, which means that that is... Oh, I can make that work. And I'll put a cell charger around this way. There we go. And what else do we have? Gonna need that. Right. I think this is the point where I very quickly move this out of the way. Oh god. What's the button? There we go. Just need to move that. And so I can get these in. Power. That comes open there. That goes into there. Right. That's good. Now, if I go into here, this has all of my tools in. What on earth is that? Oh, it's a portable solar panel. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, let's just put that down there. And hold 5. Yes, I do all of this with hotkeys. I think it is faster when you kind of get your head around it. See what we can see mining wise, like coal. So things I'm looking for right now are basically coal and iron ore, because coal will, you know, power my base, and iron ore will allow me to finish it before the end of the stream. I don't want this to be a particularly long one tonight. More of a, hey, let's set up on the moon and possibly turn this into a bit more of a series type of a stream. Let's see what else we've got. So I've got some coal, which is good. I just need some iron. God, my base looks awful. We've got some volatiles. I don't need that yet, and that looks like lead. Oh, come on. Really? There's no... Excuse me. I just need to check to make sure that... Refresh my stream. That's copper. I'll take a bit of copper. A tiny bit of copper by the looks of things. Okay. There's more coal there. I don't need that at the moment. I need iron, because I want to seal up my base, really. But I also don't want to go too far from it. I know there's a beacon, and I probably should get the beacon out, but... Oh, iron. And there's some gold over there. Excellent. But let's just get the iron out first. Iron is nice and plentiful, which is good, because iron needs to be nice and plentiful. You really do burn through the iron in this game. Even with my little mod that I made, you still burn through the iron. So I say mod, it's an XML edit. I don't think I can really count that as a mod somehow. I'm just going to grab this gold as well. Right. Okay, well, we got stuff. A bit of stuff. You know, enough, I think, to get the rest of the space sealed up. And I probably won't be able to pressurize it, because I don't think those doors will pressurize. I don't know. I don't think they will, because they're not airlock doors, they're just normal doors. So okay, so that goes on, and then we can turn that on, right? Excellent. So the furnace gives off gas, depending on the ore type that you put in. So if you put in something like oxides, it's going to give off oxygen. If you put in iron, it sort of gives off carbon dioxide. It doesn't really matter too much at the moment, because we are in a vacuum. When this base becomes pressurized, I'm going to have to start thinking more about oxygen scrubbers and that sort of thing. But it also gives off heat. And all of this stuff here, all these little things, that it's gases and it's heat and it's all this stuff being pumped off it. And this will actually, in a pressurized space, heat up the atmosphere and fill it with gas. And if you mix those gases together, you might get interesting combinations, such as the one that I made quite some time ago, actually. In my blast furnace room, I was making hydrogen and oxygen. And it was fine, because I was splitting everything up. It's not a problem at all. Until one of the pipes burst. And there was a spark, or some kind of heatness. And the whole room just exploded. Well, it didn't explode, it exploded with fire. And it's just like, woof. Everything's on fire, everything. And I'm running down a corridor with this flame pursuing me. It was very sort of Hollywood. But that's the sort of thing this game does. And I think that's fantastic. I think more games need to be a little bit more... well, Hollywood isn't actually a bad thing to be, really. It's... especially not a game like this. You know, this game wants to be, you know, your Armageddon, I guess, or your Martian. And sometimes a bit of Hollywood, it helps, certainly. It helps this game, knowing that if you do the wrong thing, then you will be punished. And punished pretty mercilessly, as we saw when we tried to start on Europa. Right, let's just move this auto lathe up a bit, and then I can get this welded up. 4 cable coils, a welding torch and plastic sheets. Oh, before I just finish that off, I'll just weld up some of this. You know, as I've got this stuff here, might as well, right? Bear with me just one moment. There's this huge sort of hiss outside. Or at least I think it was outside. I think it's actually my computer, but I was just wondering if it was like monsoon or something. We're due some rain here, and I quite like. I'm one of those weird people who actually quite like the rain. Right, okay, so we've got iron frames. I need to take the iron frames anyway, and I'll take the plastic sheets in. That's done. Right, okay, so let's weld on some plastic sheets. I'm not sure that's what you really want to do with plastic, but right, okay, that's that complete. Let's turn that off so we're not wasting power, and just do that. Right, where is the rest of my cable coils? Where is the rest of my cable coils? Don't just toss it down somewhere? No? That's concerning. Oh wait, did I put it in here? No. I've no idea where I put my cable coils. I should have a stack of them. Okay, that's weird. Oh no, somehow they ended up in the furnace. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we can take our iron ingots, put them in there. I'm going to start with and this may seem like a bit of a strange choice to start with a locker, but yes, build locker. The reason why I'm going to start with a locker is because I need to put all this stuff somewhere, and I need to make sure that it's all nice and secure. Now, if I put it into a container, like the one outside, if my base decompresses for whatever reason, that item is going to be propelled out of the hole. And there's a very good chance that it's going to hit me in the face on the way through, as I have had happen in the past. So, I think putting it into a locker would be a better idea, because that way, should bad things happen... hold on, what? Oh, I've now got loads of lockers, excellent. Right, find the next recipe, which is iron sheets, and just make iron sheets, so... And they're quite nice, these iron sheets. Not these iron sheets. The lockers are quite nice to have. Just keeps everything reasonably organised. I'll have to get a wall in to stop that from pouring out the side. But. Right, we now have a sealed space, or a potentially sealed space. There's an awful lot of things like missing, like walls, but it does mean that I can now just tidy up my space and have it all there. You know, so if I need something, I can just go there and get it, which is what I think it should all be like. So I'm just going to pull everything inside. And there's other things that I can do. I can add some stairs to the front, which I'll probably do at some point. There'll be a little bit of stuff that I just do off camera between episodes, so that yeah. So building things like stairs up here will be one of those things. Clearing the space, all that sort of stuff. It's nice that you've now got a portable hydroponics thingy. Still need to get thingamajigs for it, plants and all that sort of thing. I did just remember that I haven't done these frames. Excellent. And I think we're good, actually, apart from that wall, which we're also missing. Iron wall. I should have an iron wall to spare. Iron wall, there we go. And grab the duct tape as well, because that's quite important. And duct tape, iron sheets. We now have a contained space. So if I was to close these doors and open the oxygen tank, this space should compress, pressurize, except I'm not completely certain how airtight these doors are. Really, they need to be switched out for airlock doors, but I don't know if this can actually do it. Kit iron walls, container mounts. Yeah, you can put your containers on container mounts, which is quite useful. It stops them from blowing around if there's a problem. But I think for airlock doors I will need one of the electronics printer or something along those lines. No, not that one. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here, in this stream here. I've done the basics, and this is where I'm kind of going to move off from. I think. So I'm going to close the locker, so it's all nice and neat. I'm going to log off here, and yeah, so I'm going to end this video here. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. I will be revisiting Stationeers at some point, possibly next week, possibly later on in the week, depending on how I feel. But for now, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.